Hi Kochemos, it's Kate and Kay, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you all a life update. I am really sorry that it's been a while since I've uploaded. I was just trying to adjust, like being back at home and also a new job. But before we get started, please be sure to hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button and the post notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. So I got my final grades back a few weeks ago, and it turns out that I got straight B's, which is amazing. And I am just so happy that I did well and was able to get good grades at the end. Also, I decided to drop my women and gender studies minor because I felt like, sorry, my mom's listening to a podcast, but no copyright infringement is intended. So, I don't know, I just didn't find the course load very appealing, so that's why I dropped it, but it's okay. It's all good. This is what college is about. It's about figuring yourself out. So, I don't know if I ever mentioned this on my YouTube channel while I was at school, but I do have a job on campus. But obviously, since I'm home, I had to apply for a summer job, so now I am working part-time, and I really like it. A few days ago, I had my first 9-to-5 shift. I've heard good things and not so good things about it, but I don't know. I mean, for me, it was really stressful. I had never worked 8 hours before, and I had clocked out like half an hour later than what I was supposed to. So, yeah, that was also very stressful, but it's okay. I made it through. I still have training shifts, so my first non-training shift is going to be on the 10th of this month, so wish me luck on that. It is a very fast-paced job, but I'm getting faster as I go, I feel like. So, yeah, but tomorrow I have a 5-hour shift. It's not bad at all, and yeah, can't wait to improve my skills. So, right now I have been, trying to pray every day, trying to read my Bible every day. It can be difficult, to do sometimes, but, I would say, fairly recently I've been trying my best. Today, I read my Bible this morning. I am currently reading the book of Luke, which is one of the Gospels. And then at church, we are currently doing a sermon series on 1 Thessalonians. And if anyone here is Christian, those are Paul's letters, and I have always loved the books of the Bible where Paul is involved. They're very easy books to understand. I did read the book of Matthew and the book of Mark when I was at college. I would say that so far my favorite books of the gospel are Matthew and Luke if I had to choose. John, I did a Bible study series on that within Crew at college, but I felt like John was like the hardest gospel to understand. So yeah, if I had to choose to read, like, the gospel, it would be, like, Matthew or Luke. I'm also just, trying to be more involved in young adult group again at my church. The last time I was involved in young adult group, so there were a lot of guys in the young adult group, but not a lot of girls, and the girls that were there. So last time I had went, like, consistently, I was like 18, 19 years old, and two of the girls were in, like, their mid 20s, I want to say, and the other one was, like, in her late 20s, and I just felt like we were on, like, different levels of maturity and life, life paths, and I think we just didn't really relate to each other, and I think that's why they never really socialized with me. But it does look like, that young adult group is starting to have, like, more girls there around my age, which is great. So I'm definitely willing to give it a try again. And also, I need that community. I really do. Like, I need accountability. I need structure, getting to know God's people, and just, how they came to faith and all of that is really beautiful. So I really want to be more involved in young adult group. I also go to a small group every, I want to say, 2 weeks. And it's at an elderly married couple's house. They have a cat named Callie, who is a calico. She's so cute. She's such a joy to be around. And, the couple is very nice as well. And one of the people that attends the small group was also a former pastor, and I believe he does Christian counseling and got his degree at Cairn University, which my mom did recommend to me if I ever wanted to go into, like, addiction counseling. But because I also want to incorporate both Christian counseling and other forms of counseling, like dialectal behavior therapy, positive psychology, and CBT in my practice, I want to make sure that I'm also incorporating principles of the Bible as well. So I feel like when I go to get my master's, it's probably going to be at a Christian school. I think it depends on what I can afford, but I know that if God wants me to go down that path, and I'm sure He would want me to, because, I'm including His word and counseling other people, He'll make it happen. So, yeah, and, yeah, that's what's going on with my faith. So, I have also started working out this summer as well. I've started going to the gym like 3 times a week. My favorite exercises to do are leg extensions, leg presses, chest presses, tricep extensions, shoulder presses, lat pull downs. So yeah, I feel like I'm definitely diversifying, like, how I've exercised in the past. And when I was little, I really used to struggle with getting muscle tone on the upper part of my body. My doctors were really concerned about that, but my mom has noticed that I've been putting on muscle tone on my upper body, and I've noticed it too. So I'm really happy about that. And I'm just trying to make sure that, I'm keeping my body a temple of the Holy Spirit. And also just because, like, my eating habits and my lifestyle habits in general since, I want to say high school haven't been the best. And they kind of got worse in community college, I want to say. And you know, I have very high cholesterol and I'm trying to get that down. And my mom thinks, at this point, it's not about what I'm eating. It's about, me just not being up and moving around. So, yeah, I'm losing weight for a couple of reasons. One, because of, my struggles with gluttony. The consequence was gaining weight, unfortunately. And also, high cholesterol. I have diabetes on both sides of my family. I have to be really careful. High cholesterol also seems to run in my family. A dietitian that I saw previously thinks that it's genetic as well, but that means I have to be very careful on what I consume. So, for example, it's so weird. I've been given a lot of mixed messages on what I should consume and what I shouldn't, but red meat is one thing. I can't consume a lot of red meat. At least that's, what I've been told, as well as dairy. I can't consume a lot of dairy either. Like I said, I'm not a medical professional, so I would talk to your doctors, but those are the things that I have been told, from my doctors. Would I say that they were 100% accurate in their advice? No, because, I felt like when it came to discussing my cholesterol specifically, they were talking about that, but when it came to weight loss in general, they said, cut out sugar and stuff, and I didn't realize that sugar could also determine your cholesterol. And I'll also put an article down below, just stuff that can trigger high cholesterol, just in case if some of you are struggling. It's something to keep in mind. But again, talk to your medical providers. I cannot emphasize that enough. And I also am on an ADHD medication that is very weight dependent. So right now, I am so overweight for the dose that I'm on, and I'm at the highest dose. Keep that in mind. And I've been struggling in community college with focus and test performance and all of that. Now, granted, I was never really the best test taker, but at the same time, like, I don't think I was failing, like, almost every single test I was given. At least I don't think so, but either way, like, my focus has been so bad and my attention span, and I'm just trying to, like, get that back in control. I'm also taking 3 new peptides. I'm taking one for anxiety relief and improved sleep. Then another for, like, gut health and repairment. That I'm going to be on temporarily until the bottle is done. I'm going to be taking that, and then when the bottle's done, I won't be taking it anymore. And then I'm taking another one for weight loss. It's not Ozempic. I will give you that. It's not Ozempic. but, I've been doing great on it. I've lost 3 pounds already. I'm gaining muscle. And that's the other thing, too. The weight loss peptide that I'm taking, you are required to work out. Like, you don't really have a choice in the matter unless you want to lose muscle, which is not good. You're supposed to be losing fat, not muscle. So, yeah, I am just very happy with, how far that I've come so far this summer. And I just can't wait to continue my health journey. Last but not least, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what my summer plans are, other than what I just mentioned. So, I'm planning on just decluttering my whole house, because right now I feel like that there's just a lot of clutter, and I get very anxious when there's a lot of clutter, and I need, don't get me wrong, my mom's definition of clean and my definition of clean are very different, but for example, I can't have it be too clean and I can't have it be too dirty. I need it to be a happy medium. And, before I started decluttering stuff, in my basement, it looked like a hoarder has been there. Not trying to, talk smack about hoarders, but basically I had a serious spending problem back then, and now I am becoming a budding minimalist. And today I actually went shopping with someone that I went to high school with, just to catch up. I did not get a lot than, what I usually have in the past. I got 2 books that I was kind of tempted to buy before, maybe weeks ago. And then I got gold earrings. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my silver, but I feel like, my mom always said that I looked good in bold colors, and I think she's right. I mean, mostly I've been wearing navy blue, dark purple, red, black. So I can understand now why she would think that way. But on occasions, I also like wearing my lighter colors. I like wearing, white. I like wearing mint green, light blues, light pinks, light purples. And I would say also bluish grays, sage green, that type of stuff. Kind of dusty colors, I guess. But yeah, I'm planning on just, being mindful. Being mindful of what I spend my money on. And I have to say, I've been doing so much better with, just being mindful with my money. Also, I'm supposed to see my dad this Saturday. Because I've been away at college, and because of how far it is from where my dad lives, I haven't seen my dad in 6 months. So yeah, it's been a while, but I can't wait to see him, where I live at home. It's not far away from where he lives. I think he would be driving an extra hour if he were to try and visit me at uni. So yeah, we're gonna be just, it's probably gonna be what we typically do, like get lunch, go shopping. Sometimes we'll see a movie, but I feel like there haven't really been a lot of good movies out lately. So, yeah, it depends, but more than likely we're probably going to be getting lunch and going shopping. Um, and that's another thing too. Like my dad has, I don't know, like as a kid, like my dad didn't really spoil me as much as he does now. I think in some ways he feels bad with how I grew up, which wasn't always the best, at least when I was seeing him. And I think he partly feels bad for me now. And I think he's just, you know, spending money on me out of pity. I mean, I know, like, my mom says that he's always been a very generous person, but he's just, I've noticed it's more than usual than when I was younger, compared to when I was younger. So, sometimes I wonder if he does it because he just feels bad, or because he's just generous, or if his love language is, gifts. Like, I really don't know where his mindset is, but I think it could be a combination of things. That's just my viewpoint and my opinion on that. I also hope to go swimming this summer too, just get some good cardio in when I'm not at the gym. Um, it's weird. I like to work out at the gym alone. I like to swim with people, and then when I'm walking, I could either walk with someone or alone. But one of my friends who lives in the area, she is typically off on the weekends, so I would probably only be going twice a week. But, she also has a boyfriend, so I'm sure, it's going to not be every weekend, but, even if it's just, every other week, I don't mind. And I have other friends I can ask to hang out too. Yeah, and then I hope to, also read some books this summer, watch some new movies, watch some new TV shows, continue my relationship with the Lord, make more YouTube videos. Yeah, so those are my summer plans. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and just comment down below what you've been up to, if you feel comfortable sharing, and what your summer plans are. But yeah, I love you all, and I will see you all soon. Bye.